Today I am using Dollar Tree products to create some fun resin Christmas DIYs, perfect for gift giving or just decorating your space. These are some of my favorite projects yet, simple to make at home but turn out really fun. Please leave me a big thumbs up and let's get started. First up, Dollar Tree has tons of metal pieces out and I love picking from them. I thought these large bottle caps were perfect to put a little picture in there to put resin over. So I have the Canon Ivy. Nothing in this video is sponsored, but I will have some links down below if you want to go check out anything that I'm using in this video. But I love this little mini printer because it hooks up to your phone and it prints out your pictures in just a couple of minutes and they're perfect and ready to go. So the perfect crafting project. This would also make a really great gift idea. I wanted to put it inside these bottle caps, but I knew I needed to dress them up a little bit first. So starting by giving them a couple of coats of white paint just as the backing and then sprinkle on some white glitter. I really wanted these pictures to pop out, so I'm going to put a little border around them using a piece of paper. This is just the brown craft paper, but you could use any colorful scrapbooking paper that you would like. One thing about these photos though, they don't require ink to print. It's just using like heat on this special paper, so you don't want to apply your hot glue to the back of the photos directly. So to attach them, I just put Elmer's glue on the back of the pictures and glued them on the cardstock and then used the hot glue. I knew it needed something really strong to apply to the glitter, so this just protected the photo from the heat. And then I have some little white wooden snowflakes. I glue those all around, and you can put really anything that you want, just making sure that it's really shallow because I'm just wanting to use the minimum amount of epoxy that I can just to cover these, so I like that they're nice and flat. But I cover these with epoxy, and then you do want to use like a heat gun to blow over it to get out all of the bubbles, and then just let this set up and it makes a gorgeous gift. Some really fun ornaments. My girls absolutely love these, but you could put like the whole family's photos in here or gift these as actual gifts. Okay, so I made a really fun tray DIY with resin out of one of these large round canvases back in the springtime with some pressed flowers, and I loved it so much I was dying to make a Christmas version. So all you need is a large round canvas. I like the $3 one from Dollar Tree, as well as one of these large rings, and then just a small flat piece of wood to go in the middle. And I did pick up the middle piece from Walmart, but the rest of it is from Dollar Tree. So then I am going to go ahead and glue everything down. I spray paint the ring and the middle piece a red color just so it really pops for Christmas, but you could go as neutral or any color that you'd like. Glue everything down, and then I'm going to decorate it. So I have some little gingerbread men that I wanted to go around. I did put a little bit of support underneath, which is just a random wooden circle, anything that would fit in there really nicely, just so if I put a candle on it, it's not heavy and gonna mash the canvas down. These are the little gingerbread men that I'm using. I thought that I was gonna put a ton of them, but I decided to kind of space them out and put snowflakes in between. I didn't want to leave these a raw color, so I know I've said this a million times in every Christmas video, but I love painting my gingerbread men or cookies or anything like that with this territorial beige color. I get it in that apple barrel paint from Walmart. Very inexpensive. They did change the label on it to a little bit of a darker brown, so it was harder to find, but they still had it. I put these in the same direction going all the way around. Now the resin does want to go everywhere, so you want to make sure that you have covered all of your bases. Make sure that you seal off any cracks. I'm going to go ahead and make just a little seal around the middle wood piece, and then I am just having so much fun with all of this glitter with resin projects because it just adds so much, and it's so cool seeing all the fun glitter underneath of it whenever the resin sets up. So I just put this in between the gingerbread men and the snowflakes. I just use a little paintbrush to brush them off to make sure the glitter is not on top of everything, and then put in the resin. Obviously you want to follow the instructions that comes on your resin box. I love to to use the Mod Podge brand resin. I pick it up from Walmart. It's a little bit more pricey than the Dollar Tree one, but I feel like it's a really great brand and you get a lot more at one time purchasing it rather than just a $5 resin. Once again, with the heat gun, that just gets the bubbles out of there. Let this set up. I let it set for overnight, maybe half a day the next day. I don't even know if it needed that long, but I just left it and walked away from it, let it completely set up, and then added a final little ribbon around the edges just to finish it off and make it look extra cute. Next, I have an incredible gift idea. I have one of these like letter molds. You can pick these up at Walmart or find them online, Amazon, Temu, anywhere you want to get cheap craft supplies, but they also have them in craft stores. I am mixing up my resin. You do 1 part resin, 1 part hardener. It tells you all of that. Follow the instructions on the box, but while you are stirring it, which you do have to stir resin a long time, and definitely do it, I think it's like 2 to 3 minutes. Even though you feel like you're tired of mixing it, keep mixing it because it makes all the difference whenever this is setting up. I add some gorgeous blue glitter. I'm picking up all of my glitter from Walmart. I just love how it's mixed like with coarse glitter and fine glitter together. Pour whichever letters that I want, making sure you're not like really overfilling these, letting them set overnight, and you have the perfect gorgeous little letters. You can attach keychains to these and they're perfect for little stocking stuffers or gift ideas. Totally customizable. You can make them in any color, but a really fun present idea. I have a pre-made little keychain. It is from an older keychain that something fell off of, but you can find keychain supplies at any craft store or Walmart, but just a couple of minutes adding the little hook to the top and this is ready to go. For the next project, you are going to need a glass frame. So I had this on hand and I wanted to use it. I know it is like technically like a photo frame, but I wanted to remove all of the pieces on it. So I just pulled off the paper pieces and then using a razor blade, I removed all of the paint. Now this is a really fun project I had to try with the resin. It is actually crushing glass ornaments. So this is really fun because you can use ornaments from the thrift store or old ones that you don't use anymore. Make sure that you don't be like me and you do remove the little hooks at the top because the metal pieces are not going to shatter like glass. So I do try to be super careful. I put this in a thick like freezer Ziploc bag and then put a towel over it and try to crush them as carefully as possible. Be sure if you make any of these projects today, you are protecting your eyes and skin. Resin seriously is chemicals that you need to protect your body from. So be sure to use all the precautions, read the safety protocol on the box and make sure that you do everything that you're supposed to do. I made sure that I was wearing gloves every time that I was using the resin. It can kind of splash sometimes. You do want to protect your workspace and yourself. So to get on back into this project, I am putting some Elmer's clear glue directly on the glass just because it was in this convenient bottle and I had more control rather than just dabbing the resin on there. And I made like a tree shape and then sprinkled the crushed ornament on here. Now I did mix in a tad bit of gold. I put 1 gold ornament with the other green ones and that gave it a little bit of contrast in here, but I wasn't thinking, I kind of forgot, but the inside of these are silver, so it gave it enough contrast with that itself. I wouldn't have had to have had the glitter ones. I'm just trying to tidy it up, clean it up a bit, and get the tree shape back. It doesn't even look like the one that I originally drew. That's okay, but I'm just trying to like smooth up and tidy up the lines a little bit. And then just to give it a little bit of extra glimmer, put some more of this fun glitter over the tree and then made a little star at the top. I just didn't want to take the time to crush up a million different colors, so I skipped on crushing or even looking for anything that resembled a tree trunk for this part. So I just painted it with brown paint and then took a paintbrush, and I noticed that I was getting tidier lines, like I could actually push the glue underneath the glass. And then whenever I got the glue on the paintbrush, I just dabbed it around the edges so that I could add some sparkly glitter all over. Like I mentioned beforehand, I do like to use the Mod Podge brand, and I do pick this up at Walmart. I'll have some linked underneath this video, but I just like to do one part, or that I just follow the instructions, but it says 1 part resin, 1 part hardener, and you wouldn't have to mix up this much for each project, but this is an entire video for me that I'm making at the same time, so I end up using every single drop of the resin that I mix up in for this video. But just use what you think you will use, and then you always have time to mix up a little bit more and add to it, because this does take quite a while to dry. And then applying this resin all over the tree. I was worried about the little pieces kind of spreading out, but they actually stay really well in their place, and I just pour this all over, and it's going to hold everything nice and snug underneath and look so incredible whenever this hardens. Next up, I am using one of these huge panels for $3 from the Plus section to create a really fun tray. Trays are one of my favorite things to use with the resin because you can like create gorgeous pieces that are customized to your style, and it like houses cute little items like setting on a table. So I painted this with some of the mineral color Waverly chalk paint that I pick up from Walmart in the little jars. I didn't worry about the backing because once again I'm adding a ton of glitter, so didn't worry about getting it perfect, just adding a dash of color in there. I glued down a ton more of these white mini little snowflakes. You can find these everywhere too in craft stores. I think I actually ordered these online, but I glued them down and then put in some of the Dollar Tree fake snow, and this just filled it in, made it look like even more snow, and then added in some silver glitter. I do recommend using disposable everything when working with resin because I think it's going to be impossible to try to clean anything really nice that you want to save, especially if it dries any at all. But I also love using these paper cups because you have control to kind of squeeze it together and create a spout and get it to go where you want it to. I fill up this tray as much as I could just to cover everything. You don't have to use as much as you possibly can just to cover everything, and then make sure that you're going in and making sure that all of the resin is over each of the snowflakes and there's no holes left behind. And then I wanted to attach some little handles, so using a large wooden bead garland, I just cut this down, attach it with popsicle sticks on the bottom, and I'm not going to pick up the tray. These are mostly just for looks using the handles, but I feel like these are really cute. It added something special to it and made it look like a real tray. And then I have this large coaster mold. I'll have that linked down below as well. But mixing up some resin, and you want to put this in the bottom of the coaster and let it set up for quite a while before starting to add your decor pieces because you don't want them to sink to the bottom. Really, the sky's the limit here. You could put anything kind of flat in here that you'd like, as long as it was like something that wasn't going to mold or anything inside. But I put a little red truck in there. This is just part of the Dollar Tree's mini little ornaments. A couple of them I did just snowflakes, and then putting some little foil that Dollar Tree sells around the edges just gives it extra detail, and it definitely makes it look so much cooler, putting like as much like glitter and extra little pieces in there as you can. And then just making sure everything's nice and covered with an extra layer of resin, and then using my little heat gun to once again pop all of the bubbles and then letting these cure. Thank you all so much for checking out today's video. I have so much fun using the resin. Let me know in the comments down below if you enjoy using resin or if you're just overwhelmed by it and don't want to get into it, but definitely let me know down in the comments. I wish everyone a really happy holiday with this coming up season. Be sure to leave me a big thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed and excited to see you back here in the next one.